Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as usual, I'm running still a little bit today. The formation lab is starting, and I have not even plugged in into any of my devices. Sad to hear about Oscar Piastri. 2 years in a row, his Australian GP curse, the curse of the home Grand Prix for the young Australian, who I thought was going to be contending for the World Championship this season, has crashed out for whatever reasons in the lap to the grid, I guess. Okay, where is it? Okay, we are live right now, and again, this is completely unprofessional on my behalf that I am late, but this week has been insane. I'm currently watching some ads before the actual live stream begins, so it's insane what's happening. I need to turn up some lights, some technology. This entire week was kind of hectic, but either way, it's also hectic for all of the Formula One drivers. The Formula One 2026 Formula One season is underway, and I need to drop this. And for some reason, I'm not getting full HD. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the formation lap is going on. I've just made it in the nick of time. I thought that the race is 1 hour late, so I was kind of taking my usual time and being slow with my morning routine. And also, I just have to say this: 10 minutes from now, oh, turn six is Turn six is named in honor of engineers Hannah Smits, which is Big Brain Hannah, and Laura Muller, who is the race engineer for Esteban Ocon. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, after a few laps, I'm going to go and run a quick 5 minute errand. It'll take 5 to 7 minutes at max. So I'm just saying that expect more unprofessionalisms from my side, but I am not gonna miss one of the most important critical elements of the 2026 Formula One season, which is the race start at Albert Park. So let's get it underway. I'm very excited to see the race start and how all of the teams, just increase their revs. I have really, really high hopes for Ferrari. If Ferrari doesn't nail the race start and go from, like, I'm talking about Lewis Hamilton, if Lewis Hamilton doesn't go from P7, as you can see on the screen over here, from P7 all the way to P1, then it's bad news for us. This is probably not going to be our year. In the current state, the amount of information we have about the cars and their performances, etc., the most important thing to keep in mind in this case is that this is going to be a completely boring season. And the reason why it's going to be a boring season is because it's only going to be George Russell taking the victories. Kimi Antonelli is far too young to pose the challenge to George Russell, so we are not going to have a silver war. George Russell is going to cruise his way to his first ever World Championship victory, and then he is going to continue to stay in Mercedes because he will have more leverage over Toto Wolff and the rest of the team because he is now the world champion. And it won't make any sense for Toto and everybody else to kick away the one-time world champion, newly crowned, who is George Russell, at the end of the 2026 season, and then get a new one. Anyway, enough yapping. Cars are lined up. All of the cars are lined up. They're all revving it up nice and tight. Sad for whatever happened to Oscar Piastri. Green flags. Pre-start procedure. It's showing pre-start procedure, which means that they're gonna rev up their engines. 5 lights on and lights out, and away we go. Everybody's going well. George Russell is struggling. Isaac Hadjar has a good start, but now Ferrari of Charles Leclerc has a better start, and so does Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is P3, Charles Leclerc is P1. Isaac Hadjar slips past Lewis Hamilton to drop Lewis to P4. And Lewis is dropping back further. Something happened with Lewis. But Charles Leclerc, phenomenal race start from, I would say, P5 to P1. New race leader. This is our year, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter if Mercedes have the compression ratio trick. We got the race starts nailed. George Russell, P1. Let's fucking go. Arvid Lindblad is ahead of Lewis Hamilton, is it? Yeah, Arvid Lindblad is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is P4. So Arvid Lindblad is also impressing everybody. So I guess he's the next Max Verstappen teammate. Alpine and Haas are battling. Alpine have fucked up everything that they possibly could. Both Lindblad and Lewis Hamilton is battling. So Arvid Lindblad, Isaac Hadjar, and Lewis Hamilton are having a nice battle. Arvid Lindblad comes out on top. Isaac Hadjar loses a place to Lewis Hamilton, and then Lewis Hamilton is now overtaking Arvid Lindblad to go back into the podium positions. Lewis is on fire. Lewis is on fire. I'm gonna have an orgasm. Or aneurysm or whatever. Lewis Hamilton on fire, dude. Lewis Hamilton P3, Arvid Lindblad P4. Ahead of the Red Bull of Isaac Hadjar, Max Verstappen, who started from the back of the grid, is now P16. Liam Lawson is struggling in P18. Nico Hulkenberg, something happened to him. He is now in the pits. And the race is phenomenal. Charles Leclerc, P1. George Russell, P2. Lewis Hamilton, P3. This is our year, ladies and gentlemen. This is the year of horse. Of the horse. 2026, Ferrari is going to be world champion. But George Russell is chasing Leclerc down. He's putting the pressure on him. We will see. FIA now enables overtake. And we will see how amazing George Russell is at attacking against Charles Leclerc. These guys had a problem back in the day in the 2025 Hungarian Grand Prix, where Russell was like defending for his life. But anyway, George is hustling Leclerc, and here's what I'm predicting. And Lewis Hamilton is across the horizon. Leclerc overtakes. Leclerc gets overtaken by Russell. Russell overtakes Leclerc. Great move. Great move. But can he shake him off? Kimi Antonelli drops back down to P7. Lewis Hamilton is around the corner. They're all between 3 seconds. The top three are within 3 seconds of each other. The first two are very, very close. Let's see what Russell can do. Defending against Charles. This is the most exciting race so far. I know that they're like going in many, many sections throughout the lap. But yeah. Isaac Hadjar overtakes Arvid Lindblad. Hadjar overtook Lindblad to be P4. Norris is P6. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race. Holy shit, Ferrari is on fire. Franco Colapinto did some starting infringement. One of the biggest key takeaways here is that Alpine's engineers are a bunch of dumbasses. They have frozen their team's car development since like early stages of 2025 to have a good advantage in 2026, which they still don't have. But anyway, Leclerc is slowing down. Russell is slowing down because he's charging the battery, and then Leclerc overtakes him again. The back and forth is gonna happen. This is what we're talking about. And then Russell comes back again, and he is defended. Leclerc is now the new race leader. Let's freaking go, baby. Charles Leclerc, let's go. The Monegasque, that's the word we're looking for. The Monegasque driver is now leading the race. Lewis Hamilton is closing right up behind. Lewis is 1.4 behind Russell. I think he's going to catch him. I 100% think he's going to catch him. And Leclerc and Russell battling is helping Sir Lewis Hamilton, and he's going to catch Russell. He 100% is going to catch. Oh, he's right behind Russell right now. He's within a second. It's going to be interesting now. Holy hell. Ferrari on top. Ferrari on top. Oh, yes. I mean, this is just the most exciting day I've had in a long, long time. Listen, man, if Lewis wins, I'm going to cry. That's all I can say. Is my audio going out, or I'm just yapping non-stop into the void? Oh, yes, my audio is going out. Oh, my God. Lewis, come on, let's do it, bro. Lewis Hamilton is slightly just over a second behind Russell. We can do it. We can do it. 100% we can do it. We can do it. Okay, and let's see. Max Verstappen is now P14. He is chasing Alexander Albon. The thing is, you gotta go in different sections of the track, which can be difficult to remind yourself to do when you are engaged in tough battles, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Russell, Hamilton, and Leclerc within 1.5 seconds. All three, top three. This is the most exciting race we have had in a long, long time. Arvid Lindblad is defending against Kimi Antonelli for his life. What a guy, man. He was briefly running P3, Arvid Lindblad. So that's like one of the best performances ever. But Kimi Antonelli goes past him. Good performance, good overtake in the start finish straight. Let's see what he can do against Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar Kimi Antonelli battle is going to be interesting. Charles Leclerc sets the fastest lap of the race, pulls a little bit away from George Russell. Lewis Hamilton still tucked in behind in P3, but we'll see what he can do. So our suspicions that Ferrari's race starts are going to be phenomenal are true, and it's going to be like that. What a race so far. What a race so far. So Nico Hülkenberg is still in the pits, so I think he's out. And Gabriel Bortoleto is running in P10, which is pretty good for him. And yeah, this is the year of the horse. Horse. This is the year of the horse. My stupid ass accent. So the race start happens, and Ferrari is just, ooh, wow, so amazing. Look at the Ferrari's race start, dude. Lewis Hamilton almost got into P1 as well himself. He almost got to P2 right at the beginning. But his momentum was disrupted because Russell kind of squeezed him to the outside of turn 1. That compromised his exit a little bit. But Lewis Hamilton was on fire too. Ferrari are like right on when it comes to race starts. They have nailed it. Mercedes may have the compression ratio trick, but it's Sir Lewis Hamilton and the Monegasque driver that we're talking about. Bro, Charles just launched, bro. What the hell, man? Charles's race start is just, wow, it's like magic. Arvid Lindblad's race start was also good. Okay, I'm back. I dropped my phone. Okay, and what else has happened? So Charles Leclerc is still leading. Antonelli overtook Isaac Hadjar. Lewis Hamilton is still P3, so that's good. He's holding on. But Antonelli is now going to put the pressure on Lewis Hamilton as the race goes along. Okay, I'm a little bit lost because a lot of things are happening. Not a lot of things are happening. Max Verstappen is P9. He's back in the points. He's on the hot tires. We will see. Liam Lawson's pace is kind of not that impressive at the moment. But what I can see right now, based on the someone is having a problem. Someone's engine blew up. Isaac Hadjar's engine blew up. Is it Max Verstappen? Oh my god. Isaac Hadjar's engine blew up. A lot of white smoke and black smoke, which means that the Red Bull Ford powertrain has some reliability issues, which is gonna make the season even more boring. Fortunately, we got Ferrari. Now we got a virtual safety car. Lando Norris is being called to box. Lando is in the pits. Let's see what Lando can do. Lando is also probably has the potential to kick ass, but we'll see. Franco Colapinto is gonna have to serve a penalty. I don't know how much. I missed that one. So that's kind of difficult. Liam Lawson also pitted. Everybody pits. Fernando Alonso, man. Lance Stroll, they're running P17, P18. I think through the middle of the season, we can see some serious performance from both of them. I think they are making good progress, at least in the engine department, and hopefully down the line, we'll have some better numbers. But the top four, as is, Arvid Lindblad doing great. Max Verstappen right behind him. Max Verstappen P6. Lap 12, Max Verstappen from last is P6. He's still going good. Hopefully his engine doesn't blow up. But Isaac Hadjar was doing good, man. He was running P4. Oh no, he was P5. He was behind Kimi Antonelli. I think the engine was, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people will experience as the races go along, is that the engines are under a lot of pressure, in the sense that yeah, I think the engines are under a lot of pressure because of the clipping and all those things. So a lot of things are happening right now. Lewis Hamilton on the radio. Lewis Hamilton says on the radio, he points out the obvious, and he says that at least one of the Ferraris should have come in. But we don't know that. We don't know how it's gonna work. Right now, Ferrari is 1-2. All they can do is make sure that George Russell's tires get completely cooked. So if Russell's tires are cooked and they cook it properly, by defending with all their might, then it's gonna be fun. But Ferrari are running 1-2 in Australia. They were running, both of them were running in the top three in Australia last year as well, but they ended up finishing, you know, P7 and P8 or P7 and P9, something like that. So let's still not get our hopes up. Ferrari people are ready with the tires. Who are they gonna pit? Is it gonna be Lewis? Is it gonna be Leclerc? Valtteri Bottas is in pits. So no, none of the Ferraris are coming into the pits. So the thing is now, here's the interesting thing, is that George Russell is now ready behind both of the Ferraris with a set of fresh tires. It's amazing. So virtual safety car has ended green flag conditions. Let's see how quickly Russell can catch up to them. Now Max Verstappen is behind Kimi Antonelli, so we will see if Kimi Antonelli can properly defend against him. We will see what happens. But it seems like the Red Bull guys are having reliability problems. So Verstappen is pushing, and ahead of him is Andrea Kimi Antonelli, so we will see what happens when he gets closer. I think he will have the boost mode available, or overtake, sorry, not boost. Get confused about different types of battery modes. But Verstappen is closing, man. Verstappen is closing. Alonso radio. So Fernando Alonso is gonna DNF. He just heard that on the radio that stop the car, we have an issue. But fortunately he stopped the car in the pits, so he stopped the car in the pits. Either way, at least happy that Fernando did a few laps. It was not 0 laps. They at least may have some kind of performance data, some kind of data to look at. But right now 4, 5 and 6 are the interesting parts. So we are now on board Lando Norris, and ahead of him is Valtteri Bottas, who has blue flags. Alright, now the interesting battle is P4, P5, P6, because Kimi Antonelli is attacking Arvid Lindblad for P4, but Max Verstappen is attacking Antonelli for P5. Lindblad in this situation, he's got everything to lose because he's the slower car. But Lindblad is impressing, man. Lindblad is genuinely impressing. Hajar impressed too, until the engine blew up. But Isaac Hajar and Arvid Lindblad, both of them are doing really great. Lewis. So George Russell is 10 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis is like, how the fuck he's only 10 seconds behind? Which is, typical Ferrari stuff going on again. The actual comical issues didn't happen yet, so we will see. Kimi Antonelli moving past Arvid Lindblad easily by using overtake boost and all those things. George Russell is 11 seconds behind, and he currently holds the fastest lap. Kimi Antonelli is right behind George Russell right now. So it's Ferrari 1-2, Mercedes 3-4. Leclerc is getting the update. Plan A. I think Plan A is one stop probably. Yeah, Plan A is one stop. Very, very likely. Ooh, they had a moment. So Liam Lawson and Sergio Perez. Oh my goodness, the old nemesis. They had a moment. So Liam was attacking Sergio around the outside, and Sergio kind of shoved him around the outside to hold on to P14. They're battling for P14, by the way. That's the most interesting part I've seen. Liam Lawson versus Sergio Perez. and this is amazing. Liam is still in Racing Bulls, and Sergio Perez has moved on to Cadillac after 1 year break. So now Verstappen is putting the pressure on Arvid Lindblad, and I doubt Lindblad is going to hold him up for long because, I mean, if you want to be in Red Bull Racing family, you don't hold up the Jesus. So I think I fully expect Lindblad to move the fuck out of the way, and he deliberately compromised his exit out of turn 4. Maybe he's pushing too hard, who knows? But he had a wobbly turn 4 exit. Now Verstappen is chasing him down, and I think he's gonna pass him easily because of the performance difference. So Lindblad is actually doing good. He's playing around with the battery properly, and so is Verstappen. But Lindblad is using it beautifully. He's charging it properly, and he is deploying it properly. So it's very interesting to see how Arvid Lindblad and Verstappen are both using battery. So Verstappen is waiting to charge his battery fully, and what Lindblad is doing is he's deploying it after only half charge just to get the extra edge. Now both of them has almost full. Verstappen has more battery than Lindblad. Let's see, he is using the overtake mode, and Lindblad is also using the boost mode or whatever, and he is now draining the shit out of his battery, and he still stays ahead, and now he's charging his battery back up. So it's very good battery management from Arvid Lindblad. That's a G, man. That's a very good battery management, and that's what this championship is all about. So we are now watching the battle of Sergio Perez and Liam Lawson. So Liam is trying to go around the outside, and Sergio just, Mexican Minister of Defense, he just shoved him off the track. He did a Max Verstappen. So Sergio Perez did a Verstappen, and then Liam Lawson probably did the same thing, and then he got ahead. Oh, Valtteri Bottas had a crash. So Liam Lawson gets ahead of him, and Valtteri Bottas has parked the car in the pit lane entry. There's a virtual safety car, which is even more amazing for the Ferraris and also for Arvid Lindblad, who is holding Max Verstappen up. So Valtteri Bottas DNF'd, and I think it's probably because some reliability issues. They have some overheating or something like that. Maybe, we don't know. Max Verstappen is going to the box. So is Arvid Lindblad. And if Lindblad's pit crew would do a better job than Verstappen, then Verstappen is kind of screwed. But I think Red Bull Racing's pit crew are just so far good. Oh my God, Lindblad. Lindblad is still ahead of Verstappen. Jeez. And behind Verstappen is Oliver Behrman. Holy hell. Now this time, is Ferrari gonna pit in any type of way or not? You kind of have to look forward to these type of virtual safety car moments in the first race of 2026 because of the regulation change. So there is definitely going to be some DNFs related to reliability, and we have had a lot of DNFs. Valtteri Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Isaac Ajar, Nico Hülkenberg, all of them DNF'd because of reliability issues. Oscar Piastri DNF'd because he's a retard. I mean, I kind of don't want to support him anymore, but we'll see. So Sergio Perez is in the pits as well. He's got nothing to lose. He's going to come out last. And now we're going to see a raging battle between Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll for the remainder of the race for P17. So that's pretty good. Pit lane entry has been closed because of the Cadillac, because the Cadillac is stricken there. But Sergio Perez did vent. Oh, he did it before the pit lane entry was closed, so that's a smart move. Everybody did that. A lot of people went in and got their tires changed. So something happened with Valtteri. His car just broke in 10 different areas, I think. Just waving back to the crowd and he's going back home. Valtteri Bottas won in Australia during his Mercedes years. Now virtual safety car is ending. Oliver Behrman is looking to be the benefactor. Max Verstappen had a good launch, and so does Arvid Lindblad. Lindblad is defending as hell against Max Verstappen. What a great driver. He is very good. I think this is the time, I think in a couple of laps Verstappen is going to get him, but we will see, man. Lindblad is looking so good. He has, which tires? He has hard tires to Verstappen's medium, so Verstappen should have an advantage in the braking zones. But at the same time, when it comes to managing the battery and recharging it and deploying it, Lindblad is pretty good. He's pretty smart with it. So that definitely is going to help him. What Lindblad needs to do is just hog the inside line, force Max to go around the outside, and use the Max Verstappen defensive techniques. But Verstappen this time, he has made the move stick. You know, he had a lot of pace around the outside. So good game though, good game. Lindblad definitely kept him for a couple of extra laps that Verstappen didn't want. But yeah, nice performance by Lindblad so far. I'm very impressed. Both of the Ferraris running comfortably ahead. George Russell is 6 seconds behind. So Lewis Hamilton is saying on the radio that do not fucking double stack us and do not box me at the same time as Charles Leclerc. So he's definitely looking forward to have some kind of strategy advantage. What Lewis is planning to do here, I think, is that he wants to go long and kind of then again capitalize on some safety car safety car or something like that, and then win the race. We got vintage Hamilton. So Pierre Gasly overtakes Esteban Ocon. We need to see the replay of that. Good action though, good action. I mean, it's not that thrilling in the sense that the drivers are lifting and coasting and sometimes deploying the battery. But in terms of on-track action as we see it, it's kind of thrilling. Because we are seeing wheel-to-wheel battles, we are seeing overtakes, we are seeing passes and repasses. And it's interesting. So George Russell gained 1 full second to Lewis Hamilton in the last lap. So we'll see. Verstappen is now 5 seconds behind Lando Norris. George Russell has the fastest lap of the race. So in 5 laps, Lewis Hamilton is going to be under pressure from his former teammate George Russell. So we'll see. Alright, so Charles is coming to lap Sergio Perez. And so is Lewis. Oh my god. Bro, Checo, get the fuck out of the goddamn way. What the fuck are you doing, man? George Russell is on the horizon. Lewis needs to get the fuck past of Sergio Perez ASAP, man. ASAP. Because Russell is chasing him down. Russell is 4.7 seconds behind. Russell is catching fast. Russell started on pole, so he must be like itching to get the pole, like to get back to the front. And when I say front, I mean the lead of the race. So we'll see how the changes happen. So Oscar Piastri is now giving some media interviews, and yeah, it's a shame what has happened. I cannot get caught up in the Oscar situations anymore. they don't have the fastest car, and last year he threw away the championship, so it's just doesn't looking good. I mean, even here before the race start, he just fucking broke his car into half a billion pieces. So that also doesn't look good. You know, how are you gonna compete for world championships like that when the conditions are dry as fuck? George Russell is now 4 seconds behind, and he just lapped Sergio Perez, and now he's gonna get after both of the Ferraris. So we'll see what happens. So the investigation has started about Sergio Perez and Liam Lawson forcing another driver off track. So we'll see. Kimi Antonelli sets the fastest lap. Alright, so Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, two former teammates, also had a crash. So they are also under investigation. I mean, Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly are also under investigation. So 10-second penalty for Esteban Ocon. George Russell is now 3.3 behind Lewis Hamilton. We can see him on the horizon. The Ferraris are extending. We are almost reaching halfway of the race. So we almost are at the halfway distance of the race. So in a few more laps we'll be there. We'll see what happens when I think this is what I think is gonna happen. Both of the Ferraris are gonna defend a lot, and Pierre Gasly around the inside. Oh, it's Esteban Ocon's fault. Esteban Ocon deserved the penalty. Fucking ban this idiot. Oh, he hit and broke the side portions of Gasly's box. Charles Leclerc has been called to box. He is gonna come out. Yeah. So yeah, Charles Leclerc is gonna come out in P4 behind Kimi Antonelli. So we will see. So Leclerc is in the box. Lewis Hamilton is on the lead. In the lead. I think Leclerc goes in for his one and only pit stop, and now he will go all the way until the end. I think Lewis Hamilton will extend for 5 more laps, and then he's gonna put on the hard tires as well. So let's see. It depends on how fast Russell is compared to Hamilton when he catches up to him. So as expected, Leclerc is behind Kimi Antonelli. So we will see. But George Russell is chasing Hamilton for the first position of the race. Gonna be interesting. Here's what's gonna happen. I think he's gonna make it quick, and then but Lewis is good, man. So if Lewis can manage to hold on Charles for a few laps, like 3-4 laps, and then extend it for a couple more, and then pit, then he will have a noticeable tire advantage over his teammate Charles Leclerc, and maybe he can catch him in the dying stages of the race. He needs to just do the hammer time from now on till the end. So. But now Lewis definitely is in a vulnerable position. He and Leclerc, both of them have tire advantage over both of the Mercedes. But yeah, Russell's hards are 14 laps old, so that's pretty interesting. Kimi Antonelli's tires, I don't know how many laps old. I think they're more old. They're older than Russell's hard tires. So right now, I think what Lewis needs to do is just defend for a couple laps as much as possible, and I think he can hold Russell for a couple laps, and then after that, he can do one or two more laps just to get a little bit of advantage over Leclerc, and then we'll see what happens towards the end of the race as the race progresses. We'll see after that. Leclerc is still 7.8 behind Kimi Antonelli, so that's concerning. But Russell is right behind Lewis right now. So right now he's under a second. So we'll see. So George Russell is closing up, man, massively. Zero point 0.7, zero point 0.6 behind. He's closing in. Let's see what Lewis can do. He doesn't have the tire advantage at all. He has shit tires. He has been on those tires from the beginning of the race. It's lap 28 now, so Lewis has managed to drag those medium tires till half of the race, and he's still leading, so it's not that bad. 2026 is not going so bad. Lewis is just placing the car beautifully. Don't give him the inside line, bro. He gave the inside line to Russell. This is the problem with Lewis Hamilton's defense. He always gives up the inside line. Why in the fucking world did you give him the inside line, Lewis? He does it, man. He did it once to Fernando Alonso in Austria, 2023 that was, I think. And then he did it to Max Verstappen in 2021 Abu Dhabi. And then again, he did it again right now. But he dives into the pits. So, I don't really understand, man. Lewis, bro, why are you making it easy for him? I mean, Russell probably would have passed still, but do not make it easy for him. Lewis Hamilton is in the pits. George Russell back in the lead. Mercedes 1-2 as it stands. So, right now we play the waiting game. Russell radio. So George Russell is going to go to the end, and in 10 laps of time, like we will see. But I think the Ferraris need to push right now. Start pushing them right now. Oliver Behrman is hustling Pierre Gasly. No, he's hustling Lindblad. Holy shit, let's see what Lindblad can do. This is the race that I'm interested in. Like, Arvid Lindblad is turning heads. We never had this with Yuki Tsunoda, by the way, just saying. A lot of Yuki fanboys couldn't wrap their fucking heads around the fact that the Japanese driver was shit and that's why he was dropped. Just saying, though. But Lindblad is turning heads from the get-go, bro. He's defending against Oliver Behrman, who is one of the most aggressive drivers. He has the highest amount of penalty points, 10, I think. Pretty good. Where is Carlos Sainz? Oh, Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon are P12, P13. It's not good at all. But the worst team are Alpine. They didn't develop their car for the majority of 2026, hoping to gain an advantage in they didn't develop their car for the majority of 2025, hoping to gain an advantage in 2026. And it is what it is now. This is what it has come. So something happened to my internet. The connection is kind of weaker. Oh, now it's stronger. It dropped for a second. So Esteban Ocon is going to be investigated after the race. Probably give him like 10-second race penalty and 5 plus quit penalty for the next one. You kind of have to punish, man. Right now it's just a waiting game. Nothing is happening at this stage. So Leclerc has dropped down. How much though? No, Leclerc has, not been making a good impression. They need to push. I don't know what are they waiting for. Bro, destroy these fucking tires. Oliver Behrman is comfortably running in points in P8, so which is really amazing to see. He was my favorite rookie in 2025, and he is definitely future world champion and all that. Definitely has the potential to do that. Let's see what Lando can do, defending against Max Verstappen. This is getting interesting. So a couple of races going on, couple of battles about to come up. George Russell is. So the track is getting windy. Don't know how much it's gonna affect. I think it definitely is gonna affect the other drivers, not Max Verstappen. So maybe Verstappen can win this after all. If Verstappen starts last and wins, holy shit. But either way, it's windy, which means it can catch someone and they can put the car in the barriers. So if it's gonna be Osama bin Russell, then it's gonna be funny. It's just gonna be funny if it's Osama bin Russell. It's just that. Anyway, so Max Verstappen has crawled up to the back of Lando Norris. These two were championship protagonists for the last 2 years. Not so much in 2024 because Verstappen just kind of bossed and mogged Lando whenever he had the chance. And in 2025, Lando had just a super fast car. But right now, we'll see what we can do. Not we can do, but they can do. So, battery charge. This is the battery charge performance, battery charge championship. How well can you recharge the battery? Mercedes power versus Red Bull power. I think Mercedes engine is more effective at charging the battery. So Kimi Antonelli says that going to the end with these tires is difficult. Mercedes want to protect track position. But Leclerc and Hamilton are probably smelling blood. Leclerc is not making any kind of impression on Kimi Antonelli, so we'll see in few more laps, because we are on lap 33 right now, and by the time we get to lap 40, we need both of the Ferraris to push the shit out of their tires. That's what we need. So he's not 12 seconds off the lead. Lewis is 20 seconds off the lead. So let's see how much Verstappen can chase Lando. So far, it's going well. Max Verstappen has more battery power. But the thing is, here's the thing about the Mercedes engine, man. It has the higher compression ratio, which means it's gonna be more effective in charging the battery. Let's see. But Norris is doing a good enough job of doing that. Virtual safety car. For what? Virtual safety car for what? Oh, there is some debris on the track. Marshals on the track to pick the debris up. Sergio Perez's car dropped some debris. I think it was after the collision he had with Liam Lawson. Virtual safety car ending. Alexander Albon is in the pits. What? Leclerc lost more time. Hamilton did too. Fucking hell. Both of the Ferraris need to push right now. Max Verstappen is putting the pressure on Lando Norris at the moment. Fun battle for P5. Nice, exciting stuff happening. Thank God. Lando Norris has been called to box, releasing Max Verstappen into P5. So let's see what Verstappen can do from here. Verstappen started last, by the way. He was last and now he's P5 with plenty more laps to go. So, and Red Bull are pretty good at nailing a good strategy. So Fernando Alonso. I thought Fernando Alonso retired. He was told to stop the car because they had an issue. Crazy. But Lindblad is still successfully defending against Oliver Behrman, and now creeping up behind them is Lando Norris, car number 1. The tire offset advantage is the only thing that's gonna help the Ferraris right now. They need to push, by the way. They seriously need to push at the moment. Can we see the Lindblad versus Bearman battle? That's the only thing that's probably like actionable going on. Russell is just cruising ahead. George Russell's front left is graining, which is good news for the Ferraris, and which means he's gonna be slowing down. He's gonna get struggling a little bit before the graining comes, guys. We gotta attack. We gotta attack. Lewis, let's fucking go, man. Lewis Hamilton is catching. Leclerc is driving like a shithead. I don't know why. Leclerc needs to pick the pace up. Leclerc has the pace. He can definitely pick the pace up. Both of them need to pick the pace up. But the race start was the best part for Ferraris. If Ferrari consistently qualify P3 and P4, then every race at the beginning they're just going to steal the lead away from the Mercedes, even if the Mercedes drivers lock the front row. It's going to work everywhere except for Monaco because it's a dog shit track, but the cars are like thinner, so maybe there can be more opportunities for overtake. We never know. But Monaco is just, Monaco is going to be Monaco. The first street circuit. Oliver Behrman is chasing Lando Norris, eh? Oh, Lando Norris is chasing Oliver Behrman. So Lando will go through Behrman and also Lindblad, and then we will see what happens. Let's see how effectively Behrman can hold on Lando Norris to help Lindblad get some free breathing air. But Lindblad is driving a great race so far. Second Red Bull Ford power car in the points. Just going bad for Liam Lawson. And this is the problem with Liam Lawson, man. He's a promising kid, but it's not enough. Isaac Hadjar did a better job than him, and now Arvid Lindblad is also doing a much better job than him. So it's just okay. Lando Norris is closing. He took a second out of Behrman in the last lap. Now he is side by side. Overtakes Behrman very easily. Between turn 3 and 4, and now he is on his way to catch Arvid Lindblad. Esteban Ocon has now overtook Pierre Gasly with that. Was that Pierre Gasly? Wow. Yep, he overtook Pierre Gasly. It's not that difficult, to be honest. Alpine are the worst team, and that's why it's not that difficult. Charles Leclerc says the fastest lap. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, the interesting things are happening right now. Charles Leclerc just set the fastest lap of the race, which means that we are going to catch the Mercedes drivers. That's what's gonna happen, and I have to pee. This is the worst timing ever to pee. Man, I gotta pee. I genuinely gotta pee. But we got 20 laps nearly. Gabriel Bortoleto is running in the points, defending against Esteban Ocon, which is possible. Pierre Gasly running in the points. Big shout out to him. But Bortoleto is hustling him, man. Audi, if Audi is gonna score some points on their debut, it's gonna be beautiful to see. But Gabi is putting the pressure on. Now Behrman is right behind Lindblad. But Lindblad is absorbing a lot of pressure easily. Like, he's doing a good job. It's not, it's very impressive actually how he is handling all of this. Like his debut. And I think it's possible that he can score some freaking points. Oliver Behrman, what the hell, man? What a great overtake. He almost went off track and made it stick. Now Lindblad is coming back at him, and Lindblad got ahead again. No, but Behrman had the inside line, so yeah. But good scrap between these two. Good scrap. Maybe Lindblad can keep up and use the overtake mode again this time. Maybe, we will see. Ooh, he's going around the outside. He's doing the repass. Oh, he lost it, overcooked it. The race is going good, but Behrman wins that one. So experience, probably fresher tires. But Lindblad can line him up again. Lindblad has the pace. He can cool his tires and attack again. He can definitely do that. It's actually beautiful to see that Lindblad, a guy who a lot of people made fun of for crashing a few times in F3, is now performing so well. He's actually performing so well on his debut, nonetheless. We never had this with Yuki Tsunoda, by the way. Just saying. Gabriel Bortoleto overtakes Pierre Gasly. What a race, what a driver, man, what a driver. Arvind Lindblad. So Lindblad is like, I'm gonna try to get him one more time. And Max Verstappen is being told to box. Bearman is being told to. Bearman is slipping and sliding. Bearman is not in good shape himself either, and Lindblad is within like around a second. It's just 1.1 seconds on the telemetry. That's what it shows. Now Verstappen pits and he's gonna exit behind Lando Norris, which is gonna be interesting in the remaining laps. 16 laps remaining. Oh my god, I really need to go to P. So I'm gonna grab my tab, go to P, then come back here. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, I'm back. Gasly and Ocon are battling. So the thing we need to talk about right now is Charles Leclerc's Shit driving. Charles Leclerc is not doing a good job at all. He's not doing a good job at all. He's not catching up to the Mercedes. What he's doing is, here's what he's doing. Here's what Charles Leclerc is doing, by the way. He has mentally accepted that he's going to be P3. And now he's just managing his tires so that when Lewis eventually catches up to him, he's going to use it to defend against Lewis rather than attack him eternally. That's a pussy ass behavior from the Monegasque. That's what I think. But we'll see. What a pussy, bro. Bro, Charles, don't do this. You need to attack right now. We don't have that many laps. We've got 13 laps left. If Charles does not push right now, it's game over. We need to push right now. We need to push. Leclerc is being a bitch. Norris radio. So Verstappen is pushing the shit out of his tires to catch Lando Norris. And we will see the battle again. You know, Lando is on mediums, Verstappen is on fresher hards. It's gonna be really shameful for both McLaren and Lando Norris that Verstappen came from way back, literally from the back of the grid, because he didn't participate in the qualifying at all. Not the literal back of the grid, but like there and thereabouts. I think he started P20. And if he's gonna overtake Lando Norris, then shame on him. Shame on Lando. Like, fake world champion. Let's see. But Leclerc is driving like a bitch. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Leclerc needs to push right now. I mean, there are no laps left anymore. We should have started pushing 2 laps ago. So, yeah. Maybe, I don't know, if the pace of these tires are going to drop off in the last 5 laps or so, then we never know. But at the same time, that seems highly unlikely. Okay, oh my god. So Norris got a bit compromised by the yellow flags, but I think not the yellow flags, but the blue flags of Carlos Sainz. I think he was ahead of him, his former teammate. Max Verstappen's former teammate too. Small world. We'll see. This battle is nicely shaping up. Verstappen and Norris. If Verstappen overtakes Norris, then Norris is shit. It's like official. Norris is trash. Leclerc is driving like a bitch. That's for sure. Both of them lap Pierre Gasly. But Norris is doing decent. But I think Max is gonna get him. Max has harder tires, and he can push those tires for far longer. And he's gonna push him for far longer. Leclerc again is driving like a bitch. has made zero progress into Kimi Antonelli. Zero fucking progress for more than 10 laps. This fucking retard. What a fucking retard this guy, bro. I'm completely disappointed at Charles Leclerc. Had a great start, phenomenal start, managed the pace, but now he's driving like a bitch. He need to destroy the tires, bro. We have 9 laps left and he's still driving like a grandma. Idiot. I'm lashing out. I'm lashing out at the Monegasque driver. But yeah, I think he's starting to push, but we'll see. We'll see in a few laps wherever how close he is. Norris is defending. They have lapped someone. Esteban Ocon is still chasing Pierre Gasly as well, so that's another battle that's happening. Verstappen, Norris, and then Gasly, Ocon. That's happening. One of the big mistakes that Ferrari has done is that they did not pit one of the two Ferraris during the initial virtual safety car. When Isaac Hadjar had the DNF, had his engine blew up. So then they should have done it. Then during Valtteri Bottas pit DNF, they should have also tried to pit one of the two Ferraris, I think. So that's a mistake that they have done. Didn't capitalize on the virtual safety cars. None of the pits that, none of the Ferrari cars pitted under the virtual safety car, and there were a lot of virtual safety cars. That was kind of like a opportunity that was lost. And Leclerc driving like a grandma at this stage of the race is not helping either. So, and also the hard tires, they're holding really well. They're really holding well. And Lewis Hamilton has good pace compared to Charles Leclerc, and Leclerc again, like I said, driving like a hoe. What a fucking hoe. Lewis is faster than Charles, but Charles is not managing to make any kind of impression on the Mercedes at all. So what that tells me on some degree, apart from Charles driving like a grandma, which is kind of pissing me off because he had a lot of fresher tires. What is pissing me off apart from that is that the Mercedes race pace. So Max Verstappen is lighting it up. He's just chasing Lando like crazy. But Lando's tire advantage at the moment is keeping him ahead. God knows how many more laps he can do that. But if Verstappen catches Norris this time, as I'm gonna talk a lot of shit about Lando in my next video. I'm gonna do that. So that is where Ferrari lost a lot of seconds, 7-8 seconds at least. That's the biggest Ferrari mistake. But fortunately, they have good race pace, not as good as Mercedes. But Leclerc is dropping. I don't know. Get Leclerc, Lewis. Attack Leclerc. Leclerc is dropping behind Kimi Antonelli. So maybe Lewis can catch Leclerc, who knows. But the race pace of the Mercedes looks very good. Great race pace. And combined with Ferrari pit walls stupidity, they kind of had this win in the bag. They didn't put anybody under the safety car in the under the virtual safety car. So, but like fortunately, there are a lot of positives. 5 laps to go. But Verstappen is attacking, bro. Like it's like last year. Last year, Verstappen was attacking the shit out of Lando towards the ending of the race. It's also happening again. Bro, Verstappen is probably gonna get him. He's hustling Lando. I mean, he has been hustling Lando for a few laps now, but Lando is the type of guy who makes mistakes. Last year he didn't. This year he might. Who knows? But the race pace of the Mercedes, the qualifying pace of the Mercedes, very, very good. Ferrari needs to improve in two areas. The first one is obviously the pace, the second one is the pitting strategy. They need to do that, they need to do better because they lost a lot of seconds. A lot of seconds. They were right up in the mix. Both of them were running in the top two positions, right in the mix. Lost everything. So the hard tires also hold on way better than I think many of the teams have expected. So because Kimi Antonelli, he has pitted before Russell and he is still doing great. Now the drivers that are doing great, that have stood out, Urban Lindblad and Gabriel Bortoleto. That's it. Verstappen dropped off a bit behind Lando. I wonder what happened. Maybe his tires have heated up too much. George Russell doing a great job with his grain tires. He has driven past the graining phase and is doing a great job. Leclerc could have pushed more. Toto Wolff is holding his smile back. He is working hard to hold back his smile. Keep pushing. Nobody's gonna. I mean, Lewis is faster than Leclerc at this stage of the race, which is a positive that I can take, being a Lewis Hamilton fan. Leclerc, And but like the thing is, overall, Leclerc is not doing a good job, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Antonelli is faster than Russell. Holy shit. But Lewis is doing much much better now. He's pushing hard. Few more laps to go. Two, 3 laps to go. Both of the Ferraris are doing 123s. I assume it's the similar kind of pace of the Mercedes, because the gap has been around the same, especially from Hamilton and them. Leclerc is just not doing good. Maybe he's managing an issue. We never know. We'll know after the race. But Leclerc is didn't do well today. Gabriel Bortoleto chasing Lindblad. But Oliver Behrman points on 2026 debut. Lindblad points on F1 debut. Gabriel Bortoleto points on his F1 debut for Audi. Great, great stuff. Lance Stroll is 12 laps behind the field. Wow, that's insane. That's a new low. Lewis is right behind Charles. I don't know why Charles is driving slow. Maybe he has an issue. If he has an issue, then I take everything back I said earlier. Come on, Charles, lock up somewhere. We need Lewis Hamilton's first podium for Ferrari. We need more laps. Otherwise, Lewis cannot attack him. Oh. Verstappen has dropped a bit behind Lando, so Lando is going to finish P5. The guy that I feel bad about is Isaac Hajar. He was driving a good race. He was in top 5 when his engine blew up. So the last lap is going on. George Russell takes the checkered flag and wins the 2026 Australian Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli P2, and Charles Leclerc takes P3. Lewis Hamilton chases him home right behind him within a second. Toto Wolff is now laughing. He's giving some radio message. But to both of the drivers, congratulating. Now the battle is still going on though. Liam Lawson is attacking someone, Alex Albon. Not for the points, but you know, for the aura. Lando Norris is, wow, he's nearly a minute behind Lewis Hamilton. So now, okay, now they have crossed the finish line. Great job by everybody. Great job by everybody. Great job by the Mercedes guys. Ferrari's biggest advantage right now in the race start, and they can get another advantage in the pit strategy. Mercedes won too. Welcome back to 2014 with a lot less exciting racing. So the race is over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. All of the 2 people who have chimed in, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the race review video. And I hope we will have some interesting things in